It's a beautiful sunny day here in Portugal, and well, we've been waiting for a lot of our parcels and things we've ordered online to fix a bunch of stuff on the boat to arrive, but none of it has really arrived yet. So we still don't have running water, we don't have batteries that work, a bunch of different things. So we're going to make the most of this nice, bright, sunny day to go and buy something we probably don't need to be buying now, but we really want to, and our other parcels haven't arrived, and that's some solar panels. Now, we only rented a very tiny little car because it was cheap, so this might be a little bit interesting. Well, we've fitted everything in the car that we think might help us get the solar panels back, and as you can see, there's definitely not enough room in the car for the solar panels.
I don't know what you're talking about. I say we give it a shot.
This is the cardboard and foam from the TV packaging, and that's going to help us bring the solar panels back to the boat. These are the solar panels that we want to get. They're 500 watts bifacial and they're 70 euros today. So we're going to have to do some creative engineering to get them on the car, but we're going to get this bit of wood to help us.
So they don't cut it for you with the small pieces, but they have these hand tools. And it's easy enough to cut your own stuff. All right, let's go. To get the solar panels on top of the car, we have the foam that we brought, a little bit of cardboard, some tie straps, this wood, and this Harley Davidson over here. Follow to see how we're gonna do this.
This is the main ride home for me. We've moved spots because this might take a little while and we didn't want cars coming in and out of or all around us, so we're next to some flowers and the kind of quiet side of the
We've lost our main
lot.
We've lost our main tool though.
Yeah, the motorbike. I don't know how I'm gonna get home now. Well, I gotta say that I love ratchet straps, but we will say for sure if I love them or not once we get safely back to the boat.
We're going to be driving back at 1 kilometer / 0.6 of a mile an hour.
Very, very slowly and calmly.
But everything is safe. Everything is strapped down. Should be all good to go.
And it's not too far to go. It's pretty close.
Ah, who am I kidding? That's shaking the whole car. That ain't going nowhere. Okay, we are rolling.
What's beeping?
All the doors are open.
Are they?
No.
Which doors?
All of them.
No, they're not. Are they?
That's why it's beeping.
You can't tell that they're not shut because of that, can it?
I think so. Okay, we're gonna have a beepy ride home. It's gonna be beeping all the way home.
Update, it was just my door that I hadn't shut properly. Well, we're going extra slow. We're in the old part of town and it's usually got absolutely no one driving around here, but of course there was a few cars just right now. But it's a nice big road and everyone goes kind of slow and walks around here, so that was fine. But I'll give you a little bit of a tour of the place as we drive through. And I'll check on the solar panels, make sure they're all right. Looking good. Must be peak hour traffic in here for some reason. I swear every other time we've driven through this way, there's no one around. But it's a really nice old area and
it's too bumpy. Cobblestone,
so it is quite bumpy, so we're a bit wary of that. At least we have the foam cushioning the solar panels though. How cool is this place though? Such a beautiful part of Portimao. So I guess it's the old city of Portimao. And I really like it. It's just super cute. There's little bars and hairdressers and little shops all along here. And now we're almost back at the marina, just got across the bridge. The one big thing left, the bridge.
Yeah, this is definitely okay. Everything is definitely okay. Well, there was never a doubt in whether we were going to get here or not. Now that we're here.
Now that we can safely say that.
Yeah.
Now to just get them over onto our boat. And we're just going to store them on some towels on the front trampolines for now. But they will be going up there, so forward of the solar arch that's already there.
Make it slide out a little. Yeah. Back up. Yeah. We're going that other one. Very, very delicate movement on the trampoline.
Yeah. Woohoo, we did it! And that's where they stay for a little bit.
Yeah, we need like a welding machine and some parts and stuff for them to get off of there, but
At least they're on the boat now.
yeah. And this fender was blocking us from the ferrous cement boat that was tied up here. With the bad weather, we asked them to move off the boat because we were going to get sandwiched in between two boats, which was not cool. But this fender was clearly putting in work, and we can see the paint chips were on it. So we're happy to have it, but we really wish that this cover kind of held up a little bit more. We'll have to retie that. Anyway, we're going to move this over to the other side because we need a little bit more protection over there.
We're off to the sailmaker now. You may have noticed on the boat that there's no sails, and that's because the previous owner put the sails into the sail loft to get them a little bit fixed, updated, and we're going to put a new reef in it as well, or we're going to ask them to. And so we're off to see them. We'll show you a little bit, and then after that we're going to go hopefully pick up some packages because we've got a message to say that some have arrived. So
The work starts now!
yeah, we're finally going to get some parts that we really, really need. Wow, this building is huge, and there's a whole bunch of people down there sewing all the different sails. It's really cool. Never been in one before.
All right. Ooh, that's bright. Woo. We have paid for the deposit, at least, on our new reef.
Reef point.
Yeah, reef point.
But
So-
everything else is paid, so
Yeah.
even they're going to bring all the sails back once it's all done, and that's all kind of paid and done for by the previous owner because he had put the sails here. And so they've got our mainsail,
Head sail.
head sail that's too big, so I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the story is there.
Yeah.
But they're going to bring it back to us anyway. And then spinnaker.
Yeah.
Spinnaker.
Symmetrical spinnaker.
Symmetrical spinnaker. And then we're getting a stay sail made for the boat. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a bunch of sails.
We only have to pay for half of it because the old owner paid for the first half of it. So a lot of sail options.
Yeah.
Including one that's way too big.
But it all worked out okay. We had found a place online to get some parcels delivered to, and we weren't sure if it was all going to work out.
And it probably wasn't if we didn't show up on time.
Yeah.
Our parcels were stacked by the door, and the mail person came in to like pick them up and take them back as we were in the shop.
The owner was like, no, it's okay now, they're for these guys. Something to do with the address, but we've got it hopefully all sorted out. If we need to, which we will, we're going to get some more things delivered here, although they have the same address written.
Yeah, so
we'll see.
Anyway, let's get back to the boat and then open our goodies.
Oh, big day, hey, Coco? As soon as I started filming, she stopped the evidence of ripping up the box. Anyway, we've got our presents delivered, one of which is this dyneema. So we will show you what we're going to be doing with that in a bit.
The rest of the presents weren't the presents we thought they were going to be.
So we'll be having another trip to the post shop at some point.
Soon. This is what we got. It's kind of hard to see it. It's a can of teak oil. We got 2 of these. These weren't supposed to come in for like a week and a half. And apparently they were already there yesterday, so. But.
No water part, so we're still not going to have running water, but fingers crossed it's coming soon. But at least we can start getting some jobs done now. First with the dyneema, I think.
Well, about that. The wind is still blowing at like 30 knots.
That's true.
And so I don't really want to lower the dinghy in the water with all the waves and everything, so.
We might get to that a bit later then.
Hopefully tomorrow or like later today, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be putting new supports for the dinghy lift because the ones currently on don't seem too reliable, to put it mildly. This is our surround sound system. It's kind of an older system, and there's another stereo system in like on the boat, and we have a TV that has a pretty good sound system as well. So we don't really have a need for this anymore. So I'm unscrewing these, and the reason I'm doing it right now, and it has to be done now, is because instead of throwing them out, we can give them away. But the boat we're giving them away to, the people are leaving today, so it has to be done. I've already taken off 4 of them, and this is the last one. They're a bit of a pain, but here's what it is. These are the speakers that have come off already. Here's the coconut playing in the sun. Hey, baby.
Oh, what a cutie.
And here we go. How are you going?
Good. So I figured out that there's a clamp here, and of course there's a clamp here. That makes complete sense. It's just because I just woke up. Anyway, now I just have this to take off, which should be easier, but it's still like weirdly bolted in, and I'm not quite sure how. It's got to be like, I don't know, it can't be going, I don't know what it's going into, but nothing's ever easy, eh? Comparatively, this is very easy.
Yeah, this is extremely easy compared to most jobs. And while he's finalising the speakers, I've been going through the kitchen and found a few different things that don't really fit with anything. We've got a bunch of containers and things as well, so I'm going to see if the other boat wants that.
This PepWave router we are keeping for sure because it's really good.
So that gives internet if we were not able to use Starlink.
Yeah.
You can put like a local SIM card in it and get internet for the boat.
But this bad boy is just not needed. We have a stereo, like I said already, and it's like less than a quarter of the size of this. And this just wouldn't be used, and there's no point in us throwing it out if someone else can use it. So happy to pass it on.
And we've found that someone. It's the boat that previously was tied up to us but is now in the marina.
Sometimes we get some comments that we don't fix the important things, and that's changing right now. So one of the most important things we have to fix, if not the most important, probably the second most, is the steering here. So the steering is all hydraulic, and one of the hydraulic hoses actually blew up before we bought the boat. So it's been repaired. The boat was actually towed in here because the steering blew up. And it's been repaired with a not proper repair. Hydraulic hose needs to be very strong. So you really shouldn't be putting like hose connectors or whatever. And so as a temporary fix, you know, it might work to get you somewhere, but this should have been fixed properly. So I've disconnected the hydraulic hose here and just draining some fluid. And then there's one more disconnection in here, and then I'm gonna rip out this hydraulic hose. And by rip out, I just mean like take out the hydraulic hose, and then I'm gonna get another hydraulic hose built. Luckily, it's only a section that's about this big that broke. So, yeah. And from the lack of hydraulic fluid that has come out of this hydraulic hose, I'm gonna bet that it was fixed and then it wasn't actually refilled with hydraulic fluid. So here we go, and that's the fix that was done. They just put like a little connector there and strapped it down, and that's not what we want to do when there's hydraulic pressure at stake. So luckily it's a nice small hose and we can fix it really easily.
And we're up on the flybridge at the moment, in case you couldn't tell where we were. So it's just behind the steering wheel or the helm. You don't go back inside already? We only just came outside. Yeah, well, too much mess. I'll be getting rid of a bunch of this now though, and Darcy's going to go pick up some more hydraulic line to fix the steering, and then on to some more jobs. We've just picked up the 2 new hydraulic hoses. The hydraulic shop just built them to replace this one, and we'll use one as a spare, and they're also ordering in a few extra spare parts so that if this happened again while we're out at sea, we'd have something to be able to temporarily fix it better than this.
And we're getting some hydraulic fluid. We're finally getting some stuff done, and it was so cheap. 45 euros for both hoses. That's insane. All that's left to do is put this hydraulic hose right there. It would take 2 seconds, but I want to fill up the hydraulic fluid while I'm putting the hose on, and the fluid's not going to get in for like a day or two. It was the wrong consistency that they had there. It was a 42 and not a 32.
It's 40 something.
Yeah, 40 something. So it'll take not very long to do. It's just screw this on and then it'll be done, and then the steering will be 100% fixed. So that's one job done halfly, and then we have a spare part for this just in case, which is really good. So I'm happy. Up here is our dinghy lift, and it works, but it doesn't work. It's got a wire rope on it, and so the wire gets kind of clogged up and it rubs against the dinghy lift when you're lifting up, and it's just not good. It's not good for the long-term health of the dinghy rope, the line, anything. So we're gonna replace it with Dynamo line. We've measured out the distance between here and the dinghy, and we've also measured the distance down from where the dinghy lift wire goes down.
So from there down to the dinghy, but also all the way down to the water, yeah?
Yeah. So the distance from where it comes out here, coming down, and then back up, because it goes back up. And we're about to cut the dynamo. And before you start panicking, we also measured the additional wraps that we're gonna need on the winch to give it some grip and a little bit of extra. Plus we've measured the extra amount we need for splicing. We think. We're pretty sure we've got this worked out. So this is the calmest day we're gonna get in the next long while. So we're gonna do it today. We're gonna lower everything down, cut and splice the dynamo. Hopefully the rain stays away, but it should be a pretty good day.
Did you get your laptop? You're gonna cheat and watch a video?
This is purely for entertainment purposes.
Sure.
And I also am very entertained watching people splice on YouTube. What do we say it was? 50 times. And there we go. This is the first time I've actually tapered it properly, which is really good. It doesn't really matter. This stuff can hold up so much, but it's good to do it properly. And now we just have to install it.
It's hitting the side of the boat. You see that?
Yeah. If you look right here, you can see the wire ropes breaking. This can really hurt your hands and it can get, like, it can poke you really bad. So it's a good thing we're replacing this anyway. Wow, it's easy. Okay, so now we have to feed the new rope through here. Easier said than done? Ah, it should be pretty easy, hopefully. Just gonna pull on this, I've taped it together, and hopefully it should come through the other side. If not, I think it's small enough for Yvette to crawl up there and do the rest. Oh, you got it through the end? It's a little rough for the wear. Had to tug on it a little, but it went pretty quick. The denim is a little bit too thick to fit through where we needed to fit through, so we've just taken some threads out, which shouldn't matter. And then if we just poke it up through here, hold please. There we go. So now we can just make a stopper knot.
And that ties it off to the kind of the pulley.
Yeah.
All right, go. So our first test lifting the dinghy up, we've got one Dyneema line on, the orange one you can see nearby, and then the further away is the original. All right, go. Well, it was a little bit slow on the controls, but...
No.
Not happy?
Not happy.
Why? Was there a reason you were going up slowly?
Not happy. So it's still built up over here.
Oh yeah. So it's still going to be scraping along that.
Yeah, which is a problem. So maybe we just have too much Dyneema. And we need to make it a little shorter.
Which would have to be doing all this again, wouldn't it?
This again, yeah.
Yeah, because the other side's the... You can see that it's piled up on the right there, just under, and that's where the original wire was going in and digging into the metal, I guess, was it? Yeah.
That was them, right?
Oh, sorry, I don't know. That's good.
Okay, we can't figure this out. there's a little bit of an angle on the wall here, angling that way on both sides, and it keeps on binding up there, and it keeps on crawling up there, and I just don't know. The benefit of this video though is that you guys can help us because we're in real time. So this is Thursday, the video is going to get released tomorrow, so we're just going to kind of pick it up and we're going to pull the rope over with like a screwdriver, like hold it over so it wraps up cleanly. But if anyone has any ideas on how we can fix this, please help us, because then we can fix it like tomorrow. So we're just going to kind of move on to testing out some de-rusting stuff, and hopefully one of you guys knows more than I do on this. This is what it looks like all wrapped up properly, but we've used a screwdriver to kind of hold it over here and hold it over here to make sure it goes in the right direction. So I don't know, it's got to be something to do with these angled walls right here, but maybe there's a good way to fix it.
I'm going to work on trying to get some of the rust stains around the boat off. There's plenty of them to work on, but I'm going to start with the deck out here. There's two rust removers from a boat shop and one just from a normal hardware store that's more for actual metal, so I'll probably use that in a few spots later or another time or as a last resort on the deck. But I'm going to start with this one. It's specifically for boats, and it's a gel that you paint on and is for like gel coat and this sort of area. So hopefully this works because there's a lot to do. I don't really care about this kind of area because it's on the wrap that's on the boat, and we're going to be taking that off because there's lots of damage to it. So I more care about this and the like the metal and everything all around the boat.
You read the Portuguese instructions?
I have. Using Google Translate as a photo, you can take photos of things and then it translates it in English. So I'm going to put it on the base of this just to see what it does. And I'll just do a small patch first just to make sure it doesn't just kind of rip up this, because there's paint on the gel coat. It's like that non-slip paint. So I'm just going to do this patch and then wait 5 minutes, and then it says give it a scrub and then wash it off.
Do you want to spray that orange stuff on a different patch while we're waiting?
Oh yeah, I suppose I could do that.
Maybe the one just behind you.
Alright, so I'll not tip that over.
Okay, first test, go for it.
So this was the spray. Oh,
oh wow.
That actually, I didn't think that was going to come off then. I thought it kind of hadn't worked much. Wow, so actually the spray works.
Okay then, spray works.
And it does say to wash off with water afterwards, so I will do that. This was more the gel that I painted on.
Okay, let's see if that works.
Just in this section. And again, it does want to wash off with water.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Give it a bit of water. Yep. So you can see.
Both work. I would almost say the orange spray worked almost a little better.
Yeah, which is good because we've got heaps of it. Alright, I might get some actual rags and do some scrubbing with it and start spraying this everywhere.
Go to town.
Nice.
I'm gonna film some of this and we'll judge your work after half an hour.
Alright.
So we got this one first, and then over there, up front here, and right there.
Well, I finally worked up a bit of a sweat in Portugal and now I'm not so cold. Could take my jumper off for the first time in a little while. It also has started sprinkling, but what do you reckon?
I think it looks fantastic. Look at that, and these are all done. Ooh, look at that, shiny.
So yeah, that's really cool that it comes off the actual fiberglass and the gel coat and everything. So yeah, that's really exciting. Now I just got to do the rest of the entire boat. Luckily the metal isn't too bad, Some of the lifelines have it, so I'll try that as well.
I think we need to replace the lifelines.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I won't do it then. We'll just replace them. But yeah, that's good. I'm really excited that that actually worked. So yeah, that's what we've done this week. We've got a bunch more things ready for next week to do. Hopefully we can sort out a fix for the dinghy lift, and then a whole bunch more jobs because we've got more parcels and things.
A ton of parcels just came in today and are coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're going to go pick them up tomorrow, and then we can start on a bunch more things. So wish us luck. Otherwise, we will see you next week. And thanks very much to our Patreons for supporting us so much. You mean the world to us. All of you do.
And
bye guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also look at the solar panels. They're filthy.